Hey everybody, this is Tom Davis, president of Total Sports Recruiting, and I'm so happy. I mean, I just got to see this guy on Saturday and everything, but I've had him on a couple times before, and once with his brother a couple years ago. But today we have um, Junior, and I'll call you middle infielder because I know that they're looking at shortstop and all that now too. But we have Jj Wetherholt, who was a player for us at Mars High School and is going into his junior year at West Virginia University. And the best thing about it is he's looking at being, a top three prospect in the major league draft next year. Hey, JJ, how are you, kiddo?
Good man. How you doing?
Oh, hanging in there, same as Saturday, doing busy stuff and all that. But I thought it was really important. I know we talked before, and then we talked after your freshman year going into last year and about some goals and everything that you had. This year's a little different. We're not going to go back. We're going to just go that, hey, you finished up there in the Golden Spikes Award. And I remember last year, I think that you hit 308 your freshman year or something. And I said, if you could turn that around and get to 380, but boy, man, you far surpassed what I put out there for you as a goal and everything. And you lit it up. You had one year that was unreal. And the best thing about it is JJ is not like a banger or anything. This kid hits for average, he hits for power, he has speed, he has the glove. He has all the tools, but most importantly, I mean, the one thing from coaching him, knowing him, watching him, and everything, he has the ultimate head for this game because you know what? He never gets too high. He never gets low. He knows the game so well and what he wants to do. With that, JJ, I just want to introduce you and uh, tell everybody about your just brief recap of the year last year and all that you had for the Mountaineers, and what your goal is for this year going into your junior year with the Mountaineers.
Yeah. So I'm Jj Wetherholt from Mars, Pennsylvania. Go to college at West Virginia University. Started there pretty much every game my freshman year. Had a pretty good year. Wasn't anything crazy. Got back to work mentally, physically. Got a lot better. Had a really good sophomore year. And helped our team win 40 games, which is really cool. We hadn't done that in a while, so that was awesome. And then just going off of that, this year we're really just trying to get deeper into the postseason. Last year, we won a lot of games. Regular season, got to the end of the season, kind of struggled a little bit. So that's been the biggest point of emphasis. Is just when we get to that point, we put ourselves in a good position, just finish. And try to make a run that's never been done at the school before. So that's really the main focus, is just trying to find a way to stay motivated to those games that are at the end of the season. And, even if you're in a good spot, understand that you got to keep playing.
Being right now, or you're in between. You're out right now and waiting to go back and start in January and everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're done. So we're on our break right now until we go back to the first week in January.
Talk about some of the things that you did during the fall um, to work on and what you're doing now to get yourself physically and mentally ready to play this year.
Yeah, so the biggest thing was like rehab my hamstring, because I pulled my hamstring in the summer. So that was a big point, just trying to get healthy. Put on a little bit of weight, right around like 8 or so pounds of good weight, just trying to see, how much muscle can we put on and still keep the speed there. So that was good. That went well. And then, playing a lot more shortstop. So that was something big in the fall, just trying to get accustomed to that, working on different arm angles and throws from different spots. And then really just trying to get my hands going a little bit more. I think playing second, I could kind of get away with just showing up to the field and hitting for practice and then taking the normal ground balls. And with shortstop, I got to get a better routine and do some stuff pre-practice. So that's been a big area of emphasis. And then back here, I'm just trying to get to work pretty much every day and nothing crazy, but keep my swing going, get my reps, ground ball reps, hand reps, throwing, speed work, all that stuff. Just doing everything to keep moving so I'm fresh when I get back.
Now, is this something that you do on a daily basis right now, JJ?
Yeah, I mean it's supposed to be every day, so I try to get in here every day. Thankfully, you can see the flag in the back. The Fennels, they let me come to the facility pretty much in the morning. So I've been here the past 3 or so days, just pretty much facility to myself, working with them and trying to get right. So with all the family stuff, you got to take some days to decompress with the family and see them. But for the most part, it's trying to get in here every day and work.
How much time do you devote in there to your work every day?
So I would say if it's just hitting, it'll be an hour to hit. If it's just fielding, it'll be an hour to field. Try to do them both. Usually about 2 hours in and out. But part of that is staying loose, talking through stuff, feels. So like the actual hitting and fielding work is maybe 30 to 45 minutes. But you got to have some time to see how your swing's feeling. Talk about that with the coach. Thankfully, Mick and Ryan, they still coach me up, which is awesome. So it's usually about a 2 hour process, just trying to get my work in and get out.
Well, let them know that Coach Davis said hello. We played them a lot in the summer and all that, and I got a lot of respect for them. Um, talking about this year. I mean, you had such a huge year last year, and now the MLB and everything. Do you feel any pressure with this MLB stuff, or tell us how you go about sitting there handling going into the junior year, being an All-American, and you played for Team USA with the national collegiate USA team and everything, and now that how are you handling that, big guy?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is just keep the focus where the focus is, and that's on winning games with the team. If everything goes according to plan, then I got one more year of college baseball, which I want it to be a good year. So I want to win a bunch of games with my boys. That's kind of all I'm trying to think about now. So you see like all the articles, projections. It's hard not to see, but you kind of just exit out of it. Don't give it much thought. Just it's cool, whatever. It doesn't really mean anything because realistically, it doesn't. It's just a projection for a reason. So at the end of the day, I know that I need to perform. So I'm just putting myself in a position where I trust my work ethic. And that's all you can do. You put the work in, you got nothing to really worry about. The results will come. So that's the biggest thing, is just trying to work hard enough so I trust that and don't have any anxieties or feel any pressures about, the games in the upcoming season, just because I know I put the work in, and that's all you can really do, control what you can. So, I mean, that's been the biggest piece, is just trying to let it all go and focus on winning games with my boys and surrounding myself with my teammates, trying to get together with them, bond with them, and just put ourselves in a good position to win some games.
Now, with everything that you accomplished last year, and especially at the plate, man, I mean, and I know that you can rake with the best of them and all that. What do you think is going to be some adjust? How are people going to try to adjust to be able to get JJ Wetherholt out this year? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, everyone, I saw pretty much everything last year. So like, people try to go off speed early, fastballs early, change up early, like really just they do everything. So I mean, honestly, it's just you gotta kind of have confidence to just hit your spots, trust your plan, and then if I get a hit, don't let it get you down. Just try to stay according to your plan. Kind of what I'm trying to do. I have my own plan. If a pitcher executes well against me and gets me out, I'm trying to flush that. Tip your cap. He did a good job. Get back in there the next step at and try to get to work. So honestly, the same mentality as a pitcher. Just make good pitches. If I hit them, tip your cap. Get right back there on the mound, ready to face me the next time, and see what you can do.
See, and I think that that's so important, and when kids will see this later today, when I post it out, and parents and all that, just your approach and how calm you are, that what, hey, there's going to be times that you don't get hits or this, that, or, baseball is that ultimate game of failure. And what you try to do is limit those failures and everything else. And just your head and your approach, I mean, I think is so special. And I think it's a big makeup of why you're going to be such a successful young man and player and all that. I want to get into now, and I told you that I wanted to keep this short and not get long winded and all that. You have a name, image, and likeness, NIL deal that's down there with the school and all that. Can you kind of shed some light about what your NIL is and how you go about it and how it works out for you as a college baseball player?
Yeah, so we have a group called Country Roads Trust, and they kind of take donations, memberships. They do a bunch of stuff just trying to raise money for the athletes, um, and they do a really great job of making it so we're actually doing stuff for the community. So just like last week, I was down in Charleston, West Virginia. We did a toy drive. We helped at the Ronald McDonald House. So there's stuff like that. We do things like meet and greets. Where you can come meet the players. We'll sign stuff for you, and then part of their memberships, they hold football tailgates, basketball pre-games, parties like that, where fans of the athletes can come, and every once in a while, an athlete will show up, and you can meet them and talk to them. So it's pretty cool. They do a great job for us, just trying to help us out anyway, because we're working. It's basically a job. Baseball is. We're there for 6 hours a day, all that type of stuff. So for a lot of us, you can't get a job outside of that, and that type of stuff just kind of helps us pay for rent or whatever it is. But they do a great job of helping us out, and it's a pretty good group.
That's cool. Coach Mazey's last year, he announced that this is going to be his last year, and Coach Saban's is going to take over. I know that you guys want to really have a special year for Mazie and all that. He's been such a big name down there at West Virginia and done so much for the program. Team goals. What are your team goals, and what are you and your teammates trying to accomplish for him this last year?
Yeah, I mean, the simplest thing is to get to Omaha. I mean, we've never been to Omaha as a program, so that's the biggest thing. But realistically, like, it starts with just winning day one. We open up in Stetson, so let's win that series. Let's win the next series. Let's keep on winning series. Put ourselves in a good spot. The end goal is Omaha, but what we got to do to get there right now is just focusing on working as hard as we can and setting ourselves up to put ourselves in a good position. Coach Mays has been awesome for us, and we want to send him off in style and do something cool. So we got all steam ahead trying to get to Omaha, but for now, let's just take it a day at a time and put ourselves in a good spot to do so.
Being that you're a junior and one of the top players and all that, I mean, I would assume that you have sort of a leadership role on this team and everything. Can you kind of take me? Do you lead by example? Do you talk to the team? I mean, talk about yourself a little bit as JJ the leader.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big area of my role, so it's something I've taken a lot of pride in, and whether that's talking to the guys about mechanics, feels, mentality, that's something that I do a lot. Just be a good dude, hang around them, tell them they're struggling, will be okay. Just kind of give them some insight that can help them in that area. And then the biggest thing, obviously, is just trying to lead by example. I just want to be the guy that if you don't know what's going on, just look at me and whatever I'm doing. That should put you in a good spot to do that and follow that. So that's probably the biggest piece, is just trying to do everything right and show them what I've learned in the program and what it's like to play baseball at West Virginia, what you're supposed to do. And that's the easiest way to lead, is just do what you're supposed to do, and people will look at you and realize that's what they're supposed to do too.
That's awesome, man. I'm gonna tell you what, since and I remember, like I said, your freshman year when you came in up there at Mars and all that, and recognizing what a special player you could be, and watching you grow and develop, and everything that you've done. And like I said, I have a ton of respect for you, as well as your brother Brandon. I you know what, you guys have been, two of my favorite players, because I just love the way that you go about the game, and the way you play, hustle, you know, everything that you do, your whole approach to the game. And I just want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing some information. I wanted to tell you, I was doing a recruiting seminar out in Canton, Ohio. Lot of
Yep.
Guardians fans out there, and all that. And there were a lot of people that I was like, hey, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna actually, see JJ and all that on Saturday, and then we set up the interview. But there's a lot of people hoping to see you in Cleveland there with the Guardians, big guy.
Yeah, man, that'd be sweet.
So I mean, and just in it, your thing. You just want a shot and be able to show what you can do. Am I correct?
Yeah, man, I want to play pro ball. That's been the dream, is to play professional baseball. So that's my thing, is I just want, a team to believe in me, call my name, give me the chance to play at the next level. It's what I've been trying to work towards my entire life. So that's what it's about for me, is making that dream come true.
I'll tell you what, kiddo, you look great and all that. I talked to mom and dad this past weekend and that, but tell them I said to have a Merry Christmas, and I will see Big Bro when he comes home. He's going to come over for a visit. But I will, even though I'm going to Texas in a couple months, Big Guy, I know that you guys come down there and play, so I'll get to see you down there or up here. And I just wish the best for you, man. I mean, I totally respect how you go about yourself in the game and helping others, and all the success in the world there, big guy. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing some info here with people.
Yes, sir, my man. Thank you.
All right, big guy.